Days of Our Lives spoilers Xander's next baby mama, Gwen's gestation story on the way. Days of Our Lives 2. Week spoilers July 7th to 18th Gwen's stunning move shakes Salem, Melinda's hopeless scramble. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers allude that Xander Kiriaki's coming baby ma could shake effects up. Is a Gwen Rizek gestation story on the way? Before Xander and Sarah Horton Kiriaki's marriage blew up, he suggested having another child. Xander was eager to give Victoria Kiriakis a stock since he enjoys being a daddy so much. Of course, that plan fell piecemeal. Formerly, Xander beat Philip Kiriakis to a pulp and eventually set about Sarah was in on the forged letter deception. Still, the discussion about Xander's desire to give Victoria a little family was intriguing. Could that still come a pivotal part of Xander's forthcoming days plot? Perhaps with a woman who is Aunt Sarah? Gwen's Salem return will surprise Xander, especially when she tries to reignite some sparks between them. Days spoilers say Gwen will hurdle on Xander, so she'll factory a kiss and maybe hope they can hit the waists, too. Indeed, if Xander rejects Gwen now, he might come more open to sizzling again ultimately. Gwen was no way Xander's true love, but there was surely a major magnet and understanding between them. Unlike Sarah, Xander doesn't have to be on his stylish just when it comes to Gwen. Since Gwen knows how to play just as dirty, she's a better match for Xander in some ways. Of course, Days of Our Lives suckers know Gwen has made miscalculations of her own, but at least she doesn't mock to be a saint. Since Xander is fed up with Sarah right now, that could work to Gwen's advantage and help her wear him down over time. In other words, Days spoilers suggest Gwen stands a good chance of landing back in bed with Xander at some point. Once that happens, it could clearly pave the way for Gwen to get pregnant with Xander's baby. Right as Xander and Sarah are ready to work effects out in their marriage, Gwen could reveal she's got his bun in the roaster. That stunning news could blow up Sarah and Xander's conciliation, so Gwen's implicit gestation is an interesting idea to consider. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Gwen will bring some drama back to Salem no matter what, so we'll pass along updates on any sneaky move she'll make. Days of Our Lives 2. Week spoilers July 7th to 18th Gwen's stunning move shakes Salem, Melinda's hopeless scramble. Days of Our Lives 2. Week spoilers for July 7th to 18th, 2025 see Chad DiMera is shocked, and Gwen Rizek is back for trouble, and boy is she going to jump into it right down. Days of Our Lives spoilers Chad's deepening bond and custody battles heat up. On Monday, July 7th, Chad DiMera deepens his bond with Kat Green. He's starting to get really into his feels with her. And we've got Chad kissing Kat, and that smooch is coming soon. Sarah Horton is fighting with Xander Cook again. It's about Victoria and guardianship. Both of them were advised to make peace. Sarah was told by Brady Black. Xander was told by Maggie Horton Kiriakis that them fighting like this is only going to hurt their son, but they just see and feel to help themselves. You know that saying, there's a thin line between love and hate. And I suppose they're right on that line. Sophia Choi struggles with her passions about giving up the baby. And of course, soon she has to tell Tate Black she gave birth. And all this drama, we'll see. She could be floundering with postpartum depression because she's going to be doing some really sketchy effects this summer. Tate and Holly Jonas make plans to do this elderly camp trip. They're going down for a week, but it looks like Tate's just going to go down for like a day or so because he's concerned about Sophia giving birth, having no idea she formerly has. Watch for Tate and Holly to be kissing under the fireworks soon. Gwen Rizek's shocking return and romantic fireworks in Salem. On Tuesday, July 8th, we've got Gwen Rizek sweeping back into Salem. Emily O'Brien is back. Gwen has got plutocrat, station, and it looks like Julie Williams' precious choker around her neck. Chad and Julie are absolutely stupefied to see Gwen show up at the Horton house all trim and entitled, and just, being Miss Gwen. I'm agitated about this more, so than I was her as Teresa. So, we'll see. Ari is busted by her uncle Rafe Hernandez when she's up to commodity. Looks like she's trying to sneak over to make out with Doug Williams 3 in his room above the Brady pub. There's going to be some action over there between those two this week. Alex Kyriakis tells Stephanie Johnson that he loves her as they enjoy the fireworks and some love under the July 4th night sky. Leo Stark is upset when the baby won't stop crying at the Hernandez house. Ari isn't enjoying the noise. And we've got Gabby Hernandez pitching in to try and get the little Joe to calm down. But Leo is actually bothered that the baby may be sick. Now, he may just be overreacting because this whole situation is stressing him, or legal. It could be passing that way. We'll see. Leo's history trauma, interdicted kisses, and health scares unfold. Wednesday, July 9th, Leo opens up to Javi Hernandez some further about his history. And perhaps his emotional baggage is causing issues with Leo relating with the baby and being suitable to deal with it. His terrible mama, Diana Colville, is just the worst. And Leo has got mammy issues and daddy issues, and none of that can be helping in this situation. Doug 3 rejects Ari. She's over there trying to make out with him. He wants Ari to stay down. Doug Williams 3 is trying to keep her safe, but she's just disrespected. And of course, Doug 3 hasn't told Ari or Holly that he still owes these dangerous people plutocrat. They've transferred him those prints of the girls. So, he's not the brightest bulb. He thinks just by remonstrating them out of his life, that's going to cover them. It's not. Xander gets some time alone with Gwen at the Salem Inn, and she plants a lip cinch on Xander, who she's still easily hot for. Belle Black worries about Marina when she seems dizzy and close to collapse at home. Plus, Bonnie Lockhart Kyriakis brings some rough news to Sarah. They're drooling at the Kyriakis manse, and I wonder if this relates to the guardianship battle and whether Justin Kyriakis will be taking Xander's case or not. Maggie would be veritably worried if he was. Felonious charges, family conflicts, and shocking discoveries rock Salem. Thursday, July 10th, Johnny DiMera is facing felonious charges, of course, but Chanel Dupree is pious. She believes in his innocence. EJ DiMera is standing by Johnny, too. He's considering trying to find a way to shift the blame onto Kristen DiMera for his firing. And we do know that Kristen is headed to captivity laterally this summer, but I do suppose it's going to be a direct blameworthiness situation on Days of Our Lives. Tony DiMera warns his family EJ not just about the Johnny trial, but also that Tony intends to take back the company and the two sisters' bandy CEO options. EJ thinks it'd be a good fit for Johnny. Presuming he gets him off on these tried murder charges. Plus, that would get Johnny down from working for the Kyriakis over at Titan. Hopefully they can get Diarra out from under that marquee. And of course, don't forget Kat's been assigned with probing the source of finances that EJ used to buy the sanitarium. And that's for the ISA with Rafe helping out as the FBI liaison. Belle and Jada Hunter are stunned by what's on the memory card that Belle was transferred. And the big question is who transferred it and why? Because last we saw it, it was in EJ's hands. So perhaps he's setting her up. You see, I ain't put anything past that, ma'am. Xander argues with Philip Kyriakis. And no mistrustfulness, it's about Titan. Johnny's trial looms as secrets and manipulations consolidate. On Friday, July 11th, Jada asks Chanel some tough questions. And I wonder if it's about Johnny's whereabouts the night of the firing. The gun that Roman Brady handed over isn't going to help Johnny at each because he wiped it down for prints. They obviously CA and test Johnny for projectile residue because it's been so long. And the pellet should match. I flash back they were having some problems with once ballistic tests like on Kristen's gun and stuff. Commodity about the pellet being incompletely damaged. Occasionally, if it hits bone inside a body, it can underpinning it. So, we'll see if they get a ballistics match. Paulina Price offers Johnny an update and EJ's playing dirty games, and he's manipulating Belle. He'll obviously do anything to help Johnny. Sarah demands that Philip come clean about Xander beating him, and Xander and Maggie are arguing about Sarah and Victoria again. Days of Our Lives trial secrets, unanticipated returns, and dark turns ahead. The week of July 14th through the 18th, we're headed into Johnny's felonious trial soon. Little Rachel Black is nervous about a testing, but she's also sitting on a secret that both Marina and Sarah may find out soon. Of course, it's that Johnny isn't the shooter, and the verity about who did it's buried outside little Rachel. Word spreads that Gwen Rizek is back, and I suppose veritably many people are going to be happy to see her. I'm curious to see if Gwen gives Leo the cold shoulder, since we know he wants to revitalize their fellowship and feels super shamefaced about banging her bodacious hubby Dmitri von Luskner-Dimera. Sophia has to come clean to Tate about giving birth. She's going to lie and say it was a little girl and that the consanguineous parents wanted to take the baby right down, so she let them. Melinda Trask may try and fake some documents to help support these fables she's telling to Tate. That woman's going to lose her law license, I tell you. Doug Williams, there's debt collectors amp over soon, and the elderly trip takes a darker turn. Belle and EJ may both play dirty in court. Philip wants to help Xander and Sarah fix effects. Kat and Chad continue to get near, and Julie's frustrated that Gwen's got the Horton choker, and Javi may want to keep the baby as long as possible. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.